All right, welcome to our final feature match of the week here in week one, Final Fantasy League. I'm here joined by Stephen L., who's brand new to our server, brand new to our league, and definitely brand new to feature match commentary. So, how's it going tonight?
It's going good. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, love to have new players here, or new to us at least. So we got a matchup between veterans here. Joaquin, who I'm going to be looking at, and our 2022 Player of the Year league winner, Cody-Rayce. What's going on in his hand over there?
So we started off with a three-lander with three towns, but all the colors that he will need. So I think we're in pretty good shape so far. Looks like he's figuring out his first actual play and coming in with the Samurai's Katana. Nice aggressive start for his first spell.
Yeah, and both players are being very friendly with their emotes. So yeah, in hand for Joaquin here, we have the two cards you see in play. We also have a Gladiolus, which is the 6 mana Gruul uncommon. He's got a Gigantode. He's got the Iron Giant, the 7 mana artifact. He's got the rare Bartz and Boko and a Swamp. So he's got some stuff to do. He will need
Yep,
to continue to hit lands in order to
gotcha.
play past his 4 drop here.
Yep. And so we just had the Lionheart deal 2 damage to the Reno and Rude. Nice removal spell.
Yeah, Lionheart looked like it was going to be a clunker, but it's played pretty nice.
I've enjoyed it in all the decks that I've run it in. I
Two
mean,
mana
sometimes.
for 2 power
hmm
uh,
hmm
to
It's
equip
very
is so
reasonable.
nice. Like
Yep.
like I was about to say, I look at a card like Paladin's Arms, which was literally just played, and it's 4 mana to equip later in
Yep.
the game for
Yep.
the +2/+1. So obviously, getting a token is why it's so expensive on the backside or on afterwards. But yeah, 2 mana to equip 2 power. It's pretty good.
It's well worth it in this format, I think. So we have a Ambrosia Whiteheart. That's the 2/2 Chocobo with Flash that can return something to your hand. That is definitely going to play some kind of role here. I don't know if he's wanting to bounce Lionheart for extra removal, maybe bounce the Katana so you can get another, hasty 3/3. Looks like right now, though, he's just going to use his Slash of Light to blow out that
Yeah, makes
Gigantode.
sense, and it's going to be trouble here for Joaquin. He just can't. I was about to say can't cast anything. He can now cast his Bartz and Boko, which is a 4/3 with I believe no text.
Oh, unfortunate, yeah, because he has
Yeah.
no other birds
So
in
he
play.
played a 5 mana 4/3 vanilla. He's got two
Oh, he
red cards in
just
hand
drew,
and a 7 drop here. Oh, that's
yeah, having a Choco, Seeker of
okay.
Paradise,
That's
the Bant
pretty good.
Chocobo. It's a really good one
That's
to
pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
pull off the top.
Yeah, he's gonna send everything here. He's gonna get a trigger.
Yep, he just drew into a weapons vendor, so he's going to continue to have gas. That weapons vendor is going to enable itself to have haste next
Right,
turn
we got a
with the
Iron
katana.
Giant here.
Now that is a big old creature.
Yep.
Ooh, but the top deck with a white aura sight.
Ooh.
And that
All
will
right.
O-ring the Iron Giant, and
So
he
I'm
takes
sure I'm
6
sure
points
I'm
of
sure there's a
damage.
reason. I'm sure somebody who has encountered an Iron Giant in their days of playing Final Fantasy can explain to me. But why is it a creature type demon? Do you know?
So I did read about this.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they are big statues that have been like infested with a demon, essentially, or have been
Okay.
not
Possessed.
possessed, yeah, or haunted
Okay.
by a demon, so
Okay.
to speak. Yeah.
Yes, we're only yes. I was just curious because it's such a if I see a creature called Iron Giant, I assume it's like a giant construct or something,
Right, right,
or a
exactly.
giant
You would think
golem or
so.
something. But it's just a demon. It's not even a giant. It's just a demon.
Nope. Nope. Yeah,
So
it doesn't contain the giant type or anything.
I was
Just
expecting
straight up.
to be as confused as I am, but you clarified it. So great.
I
In the
yeah, I had
meantime,
to.
yeah. In the
In the
meantime,
meantime,
this
I think
game
this
is
match is
winding
unfortunately
to its
done.
end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. I don't see any way that to turn this around. Like
Yeah.
the
So looking
intended
at the
winners.
records, both players are 2-2, which means they are looking to end their week on a high note here with a win. And
Yep.
Cody is halfway there as far as winning this match because Joaquin just didn't. He didn't get his red. He didn't really interact. He just played a couple creatures and didn't didn't do too much. And Cody just outvalued him, outcarded him, and out attacked him for the win here. And we got to find out about the Iron Giant in the meantime. So thank you for that.
Of course.
Yeah, so looking at his deck here, he is mostly black green. He does have a smattering of red cards. There looks to be about five of them. Unfortunate that he drew 40% of his splash cards uh, without the red source.
That is unfortunate. Yeah. I was curious how much red made up his pool. Um, Cody's looking through his sideboard right now, trying to see if there's anything he wants to switch out. Looks like he is really just splashing red. He has
Okay,
one, two, three, four,
I mean
four red cards in the main deck.
he's already three colors, right? Or four?
I think he's actually
Four, right?
technically all five.
Okay.
He- the only thing, y- yes, all five.
I
Yeah,
mean, if you have the
because
fixing and if you have the reasons to do it, then yeah, let's
yeah,
hope
I
you have
mean
the fixing there.
he's running six towns and has a world map and may have had more fixing beyond that.
All
So I
right.
mean that's a pretty aggressive five color soup kind of a mix there.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll find as you get acclimated to the league here, there's sort of at least in the early, like the week one and week two, there's sort of two strategies. There's I'm going to put as much power in my deck as possible and
Mm,
sacrifice consistency and just say, well, when I draw the right lands and my powerful cards, it's going to be better than my what my opponent's doing. And there's the other side where you want the consistency. You just want to cast your spells, right? So maybe you're going to be playing as few colors as possible. Maybe you're going to be playing some cards you don't want to for the first couple matches until you get a couple losses and are able to switch them out. Um, I go towards the consistency over power, but I know a lot of people prefer the power over consistency, and it works for them. It's
yep.
just sometimes you
Uh,
get punished with with the mana and the colors.
so we have a interesting wrinkle to the match right now.
Okay.
Cody took out a card, but he accidentally clicked it twice. So now he only has 59 cards in his deck.
Okay. So what they should
So
do, it's a pretty I mean it's a pretty easy fix that uh, he just concedes the match, restart a match. Cody wins game one, and then uh,
yeah, um, do you want to communicate it to them?
it's not really up to me. I mean, I, somebody could message them, but
They
it
are currently chatting about it. Joaquin seems like he's fine with just playing as is.
yeah. I
It is only
mean,
a single card.
yeah. If it's resolved to the player's satisfaction, usually we just let that let that continue unless it's like really compromising the the tournament integrity, which being down one card accidentally. Some people might say it would, but like I said, the most important part is that Cody was upfront about it and it
Mm,
was resolved to the player's satisfaction. So
yeah, it sounds like they're both okay with it, and so it looks
yeah,
like we're good to proceed.
but for anybody watching who's new to the league or whatever, when stuff comes up like that, just communicate it to your opponent. Normally, what I would probably do is just say, we'll restart the match. Cody will win game one, and then we'll just go to game two because they hadn't played any cards yet. So
Right.
if it was halfway through the game two, there's that's less viable. But yeah, when in doubt, you can always just start a new match and have a player concede the first game.
Yeah.
But in the
So this
meantime,
match is off to a blazing start.
yeah,
Oof.
in the meantime, Joaquin is curving out here. He's gonna have a summoned Fenrir here as well.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
that's a beautiful 1, 2, 3. Cody is
yeah.
gonna
What's
have a
going on
lot
in
to catching up to do.
yeah? What's
He
going
has
on in his
five
hand?
lands in hand.
Okay, so that's
So he'll
most
make
of
his
his
land
hand.
drop. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He will be able to drop a Samurai's Katana here to stem the bleeding, and he has a
okay.
white Aura Sight in hand. that he will be able to play next turn, that he can exile whatever
Yeah,
he deems is the biggest threat. But I
the
mean, he
hits are
still
going to
has
keep coming
so
here.
much.
We have
Yeah,
another
exactly.
Fenrir. We have another Fenrir.
Ooh,
And we have a
yikes!
evil Awakened, which is the reanimate spell, which can be used to get back the Fenrir.
That is going to be a lot of ramp.
Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm soliciting opinions about Cecil Dark Knight because it's currently in my league pool and my deck that I'm playing. And some people have told me it's good. Some people have told me it's great. Some people have told me I would never put it in a deck. So I'm just I'm looking for opinions. Do you
My
have any?
experience with it, yes. So I've played against it, and it is quite good.
Okay.
It's yeah, I think it is definitely well worth playing. Um, the I there's sure it hurts you, but when you want to be aggressive, it's well worth it to hit them hard because you're hitting them harder than they're hitting you, and when it needs to be defensive, I mean, worst case scenario, it does have death touch, correct? It's a
Yeah. I
one
mean,
mana
my
2/3 death
experience
touch.
was that it
Yeah,
was in my opening hand. Both the times I played it, so it attacked a couple times before trading off, and
yeah.
it did the same damage to me as it did to opponent, except when it traded off, it dealt me the damage and not them. So, I mean, it's gonna stay in my deck for now. It seems fine.
Mhm.
Um, just a very difficult card to evaluate. Usually if there's a
It
card with
is.
a
It is.
usually if there's a card with a strange effect, we try and call back to like a card in the past that was like that card. There's nothing
Right,
really
right.
like this.
No, no.
Normally I could be like, oh yeah, I remember there was a card like a few years ago, pretty similar. It was good or it wasn't, but here
Mhm.
we're not sure. But
So Cody has dropped the RS site to get rid of one of the Fenrirs.
yeah, and the other Fenrir
Yeah,
got rid of itself.
right. But like you said, he can just reanimate it from the yard to ramp again.
Yeah, he could also just play his Black Waltz here, the
Ooh,
Rakdos uncommon.
yeah, that's spicy because that will threaten a lot of damage very quickly.
I think he's thinking about just bringing back the Fenrir as well with the Evil Reawaken because he
Hmm,
has a
hmm.
Sephiroth's intervention as well in hand.
Ah, that'll solve some problems.
Yeah,
Cause
I think he's gonna do it. Okay,
okay,
he's
all
gonna
right,
do it like
yep,
this.
makes sense. So there's a Balam T-Rexar in Cody's hand, the 6 mana,
He needs
6/6
a untap land.
trample that would gain life.
I assume he has an
Um,
untap land for that.
he does have an untapped land that he can play for that, so that sort of helps him stabilize, but not really, because he'll still take 4 damage next turn at
It's
bare
it's
minimum.
gonna be
Because
six, right? Because of the Black Waltz trigger.
oh
Because of
well,
the
yeah, right.
Sephiroth's
Yeah,
intervention.
right, right.
He'll go
Yeah,
to he'll take 6 damage all in all. Yeah, so in hand for Joaquin, still the reanimation spell, the 5 mana, and he's got a
yep.
couple of towns. He's got a black red dual land, and he's got the black rare, the one that can you can put on an adventure.
And sacrifice and draw 2 cards.
Yeah, but at this point he can just yeah he'll just probably cast that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
1, 2. So he's at 7. If he draws another land, he can just play both of his spells, and that alone will be lethal.
yeah. So
Just
I
the casting
think
of spells.
though, so Cody does have a Clash of the Econs and a Paladin's Arms in hand. So
Okay.
he just put out his Chocobo. He's gonna drop the Paladin's Arms. If he does Clash of the Econs, then at least he can kill the Black Waltz.
Mm,
But
he'll still
then
have a menace
all he
creature to
has
deal with.
right, right, exactly. But I mean he's just dead on board otherwise,
Uh,
essentially.
yeah, if he does, yeah,
Because all
the this two
yeah,
two will destroy him either by attacking or by its trigger or both.
yep, yep.
And I think he's realizing that.
Yeah, I mean, as much as it sucks to have to sacrifice the paladin to take down the waltz, yeah, I mean, he's just not going to get another turn.
Yep.
Otherwise,
I mean,
he's still in a really bad position. But you got to do what you got to do.
right, so he's drawn a light of judgment. I think it's called. Yeah, the red burn spell. Looks like he's just going to could play Evil Reawakened here. Get
Yeah,
back.
is there any crappy creature he could throw down so that he can use the Reno trigger and steal
No.
something?
But
I'll move some
he's
farther.
just gonna pose the same question as last turn, which is,
Yeah,
can you deal with my
exactly.
2/2? Or, well, now a 4/4, but can you deal with my flyer? And last turn, Cody was able to deal with it, even though it cost him his token. Uh, but now he
Cody.
poses the same question here.
Yeah, so Cody has a weapons bender in hand, so he could cast it and try to draw into an answer.
I
He
mean,
also has a capital city, the one that was cycling two, that looks like he's going to cycle to try to draw
well,
into an
yeah, I'd rather
answer.
do that. It's cheaper.
Yep.
It's cheaper for the same effect, which is drawing a card. I don't know what he can
And
find here for one
no,
mana.
no. Yeah, that's it.
All right. So yeah, we get just a roaring start here from Joaquin. One drop into two drop into two summon Fenrir's. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that'll
will
do it.
beat just about anything in week one. I think there are some number of decks in week one that you could stack your deck with whatever you wanted in the first like 10 cards, and you still would lose to this random draw.
True. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I feel that way sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
yeah,
this.
I could have stacked the first 10 cards of my deck and still lost to,
Yeah.
to the cards my
This is.
opponent drew randomly. It
Yeah.
was
I mean, this
just
is a very, very strong synergy format.
yeah.
So, like, yeah, some of these cards, the way they interact with each other, it just creates an overwhelming amount of tempo
I
that is
mean,
really
yeah,
hard to get out from underneath.
we're in a really high power era of Magic, and I don't know if we're gonna
Absolutely.
come down from it. I don't know if they're gonna like scale it back, like they did, like with a couple sets in the past year. They scaled it back a little bit, which I appreciated, but we're mostly full speed ahead here
Seems
with
that
the
way.
power. Like Foundations, they scaled it back a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't a low power format. It just was scaled back a bit, which I like. I think Dragonstorm
Agreed.
was a little past where I like it also. So
Yeah.
as far as
So we
the
kept it. We kept the two lander
power,
here.
yeah,
So Cody really, really needs to draw. He's sending a request, a friend request now,
yeah,
begging for a third land.
yeah. No, I did. Cody-Rayce is one of our more entertaining league players here. We love to have him in the feature matches. He's always like I said, sending emotes, chatting with the opponent, chatting with us by sending us those messages.
Yeah,
Uh,
and
it's very fun here. So
yeah.
Joaquin got bailed out a bit here by drawing a forest because he has 4 green cards but didn't have any green sources. So he has 3 more green
Oh, here we
cards and
go.
2 more
Phew.
lands.
So we didn't
Yeah,
draw an untapped land, which would have been great, but at least we have land number three.
yeah. And unfortunately, he kind of just gave up the play here by missing his land drop, which is not where you want to be.
Yep.
All right, so a few options here for Joaquin. He's got his Cecil that he just drew. Uh, he's got a Chocobo Kick. Not sure that's worth using right now. And he's got his Gladiolus and his T Rex here, the double green.
Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if he cycled that T-Rex to get another forest to hit his lands. Oh no, he has a mountain in hand
Patrick?
already. Okay.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
All
Hopefully,
right, so I think Cody is back in the
that
game
was
now.
somebody muted. Hopefully, they're muted now.
All right, so we're gonna go with a Blitzball to develop his mana probably into a White's Mage's Staff. That'll get
Okay.
him a little bit more on board. Or he could cast a Temur Tawny back cycle. There is the potential for him to use Precious Wanderings. That's the
Okay.
2 and a green, tutor up a land, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, which would make his Chocobo a 5/3. I'm not sure how relevant that is, given that Joaquin has two
Yeah,
Death
the
Touch
death touch.
creatures.
Yeah,
So it looks like he's going.
he didn't attack into the death touch last turn.
Yeah. All right. So he's gonna. Yeah. So he Blitzball into White Mage's Staff. He'll have 5 mana open for next turn. He has a White Aura Site in play or in hand, but only one white source at the moment.
And just like it was always in his hand, he drew the second forest here. So next turn he'll be able to start playing his 6 drops, of which he has 2 of them. So this turn he'll probably just play his tap land. He has the black, the rare town with the adventure.
Yep.
Imagine he's just going to play that, and pass it along. I guess with the treasure, he could have now.
Yeah, there you go.
He's
So
just
you
gonna
just
cast it.
sacrifice it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he can play
See,
it as a land next turn. Or this turn,
yeah,
even,
he could
right?
play as a land this turn. Okay. Yeah, I always forget that you could play it right away as a land. But
Yeah, no, those lands are so good. I
that
mean,
ability is so expensive and a sorcery.
true, true.
All right, it
But
looks
like,
like
you know,
Cody's taking a trip to Tarkir here with his
mhm,
Teamer Tawny back.
yeah,
The best clan, of course, from Tarkir.
indeed. Well, I mean, I was Mardu pilled all the way for that set. Um,
Well,
I
we were separated into factions for the league. I was part
see.
of the teamer, and we ran away with having the most points.
Ah, bravo, bravo.
Yes, so
Yeah,
that's why
in draft though,
I
I
just brought it up.
gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, Teamer was also, the base foundation for the five color soup dragon decks that were also excellent in Dragonstorm.
yeah. Uh,
But
no comment. Not my not my preferred draft format, but I understand why people enjoyed it. It was well done for a multicolor set. But in the meantime, here we got Gladiolus coming in, which is going to be a bit of a beating here. Going to
that'll
pick
be
six six.
brutal. Yep,
He's going to
absolutely.
attack with his Death Touchers here, one
Yep,
of which has Trample. So if blocked, it'll deal 2 damage.
yep. So here comes the Precious Wanderings. It'll probably get a green-white duel.
Yeah, this doesn't make the blocks like particularly better, but
No, no, everything is still dying regardless, but he can at least trade properly with the Cecil, I think is his goal. Or like at least make it clean trade for both.
and we got a handful of good magic going on here for Joaquin. On top of the Chocobo kick and the T Rex, which he had earlier, he's since
Hmm.
drawn a Toad, a Black Mage's Rod, and a Sephiroth Intervention. So he's got
Ah,
lots of stuff to do. He will not be running out of
yeah.
things to do between now and the end of the game. Um, of note, he does
So
not have another land to trigger the landfall, but I think his 6/6 seems to be going away now.
yes, and now that the R site is in play, Cody can actually make use of the final card in his hand, which is Summon Knights of the Round.
Oh boy,
The six white white
that is
4
gonna
4
turn this
indestructible.
game on its head straight away. I
Yes.
was about to say, look,
Um,
Joaquin, he's got a handful of cards, he's got creatures, he's got removal. What could go wrong?
yeah,
Well, opponent
that
making 12, 12 2/2 tokens. That that could that's how it could go wrong.
that'll do it in a hurry, yes.
Yes. Oh my.
And that Sephiroth's intervention is gonna look mighty disappointing in Joaquin's hand.
I was about to say, yeah, he could go after the saga itself, but no, it's indestructible if I recall.
It is, indeed,
I've
indeed.
never seen the card cast, but I assume it's
Me
good.
neither. It's gonna be amazing. As long as you can get to the 8 mana, I mean, it stabilizes, it creates an army for you.
I think in the
Um,
average, I mean, I'm not gonna. I think like in the average week 1 league game, you can expect that you have a good shot of getting to 8. I mean, he ramped twice, so that's helpful. But
true, true.
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh
it's a
my!
3/3.
Oh wow! So he just drew Vane's treachery off the top here,
Oh,
which is an
beautiful!
actual.
That is
This
the
is
actual answer,
yeah.
yes.
This is an actual answer to the indestructible.
Wow,
Oh no! No!
wow.
No! 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 Don't do that.
No, oh,
I think he's
very sad.
wondering, is this bugged? Okay, he's now perhaps reading the bottom line of text here for the first time. Uh,
At least he got to gain the 2 life.
at least he had
So
the backup answer, so
right,
it's
right.
not like oh no.
Oh, can you imagine Cody's emotions right now, though? He sees that he just burned the Sephiroth's intervention on his indestructible saga, so he's feeling high and mighty, not knowing that the
Yeah,
base treachery is
yeah.
following up.
Joaquin is perhaps likely in the same boat as us, which is have never played against the card, never seen
Right,
it in
exactly.
play. I mean, it
Yep.
just like I've read the card. I know that it makes a million tutus. The fact that the creature is indestructible is like kind of the last thing in my memory about the card.
Exactly.
Um,
And did it really need indestructible, guys? I mean,
yeah,
Wizards designers?
I think if you're paying 8 mana for something that is,
You're
oh,
still getting three two-twos
trending
at
toward
bare
blue.
minimum.
Yeah, I hear you. It's a choice.
It
The
is a
whole card
choice.
itself is a choice. So
I mean, it's a beautiful callback to Final Fantasy VII. Like,
okay,
it's absolutely perfect in every way,
yeah,
because it is the big, giant, most powerful summon in the game. It
okay.
takes forever for the animation to actually, like, complete. There are the 12, the 13 knights in total that are involved in it. So it's like it hits all of the flavor. Mechanically, it's really sound. I just think from a balancing standpoint, the main knight did not need to have indestructible
I mean,
item. That's just
I'm learning a
egregious.
lot. I'm learning a lot about Final Fantasy, but like some people say it sounds implausible. But I've never played any Final Fantasy game. I like, despite enjoying Magic and playing Arena, I'm not like a video gamer really. So
Fair.
I didn't like, I played video games as a kid, but like, very sparingly. It was just I never got into them big time. So I could, before this set came out, I could not name one Final Fantasy character off the top of my head. But now
Gotcha.
I'm finding out all of them, or
Yeah.
a lot of them. And
All right. So we
despite,
flash back
yeah,
the Geishel Greens to get a bird on the board, which is relevant because Cody has Choco, Seeker of Paradise, in hand again,
ooh,
along with a
nice.
basic.
Yeah, so despite the summon getting blown up eventually after Joaquin
Mhm.
realized it had indestructible, it did stabilize the board more or less here.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean that is a hell of a card. All right, so we just drew a weapon center, which
Okay.
is real solid.
Yeah, it's better than the
Uh,
Crossroad Village that Joaquin has here.
gotcha. And ooh, the weapons vendor just drew into Sin, Spira's Punishment.
Which one's
I
that?
so that's the one that reanimates a card from your graveyard at random.
Oh, the 7 drop,
And yeah,
Leviathan. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
yes,
okay,
yes.
okay.
And so it can have the potential of reviving the Knights of the
Yeah, I
Round.
mean, this is a 5 color. These are payoffs for playing all your colors. When you have cards this powerful, it's very tempting to just play all the colors, and I get it. I do not have cards this powerful in my pool, so
Yep, absolutely.
I'm just
So I think he's
keeping
trying
it
to decide
simple.
whether or not it's worth it.
I keep it simple when
Yep.
I wow, just some real power cards here. I mean, Joaquin's got some nice cards himself, as we saw, as particularly
Indeed.
in the second game. But
Yep. So I think Cody is trying to puzzle out now. He has Choco in hand. He has enough mana to move around in equipment with the weapons vendor. I'm not exactly sure what he wants to do. I think he's going to put it on the Chocobo token so that he can trigger Choco. And I guess he's just trying to figure out what the most advantageous one to do is.
I've lost track of all the equipment. There's a paladin's arms, I know for sure. There's a monk's fist, and I think there's a white mage's staff underneath.
That's correct, yes. Okay, so he decided to just move over the Paladin's arm,
Okay,
get the Choco to a 4/3 with Ward. He chose not to attack with it, even though he would have gotten the bird trigger because it would have just died into the 6/6s
all
that
right.
are on the other side.
We have
But
drawn a card here that might help him get this game done with, perhaps, which is the black waltz that we saw last
yes,
game.
with Cody being at 9, that is very relevant.
Yeah, and he can put a counter on it now. So, oh, I was gonna say he could put a counter on the black waltz, but interesting. Put a counter on the Rex. Like the black waltz can attack. There are no other flying or reach
No other
speed rules
flyers,
though.
yeah.
There's
I guess the
birds, but they don't
expectation
have flying in this set.
they they do not know. Chocobos are
Well, that's
flightless.
a flyer.
Yes, yes, it is. So what did we
Yeah,
get? Teeter
yeah,
Tommy back.
sure.
Solid. That's
I
a
mean,
good
we'll
one.
take
Yeah,
it. I mean,
yeah.
it's no Knights of the Round, but
It's not,
it'll do.
but it did draw into a Ambrosia Whiteheart. So we have the opportunity to bounce and rebuy something,
That's value for sure.
for sure. So the question is he going to save mana to hold it? Yes. Yeah. So he's saving mana to
Yeah,
hold up
that
the
makes sense.
Whiteheart,
Swamp
but
here is very
Joaquin
bad.
That's terrible. Yeah.
I mean,
Joaquin can make a shoe puff,
he's got a
right?
7-7 on demand here, but that
Hmm.
just the 7-7 isn't looking amazing here.
No,
And
no.
Joaquin's just thinking, oh man, he has a 25% chance of of casting that round table, or better than 25%, because one of
So
the
interesting.
there is a land in there, or there's two lands,
Yeah,
so he has a
right.
fifty
So you
percent
can,
chance.
well, it can revive any permanent. If it's a
Yeah,
land, it does it
yeah.
again.
So
So
basically has a
yeah,
50% chance.
right, which is brutal. Which is absolutely, debilitating.
That's not good. Yeah, that will probably put the game out of reach. I mean, the 7-7 will die to the black walls.
Correct. But I think that is a trade that is well worth. Well, gosh, I mean, there's four permanents in the grave.
Yeah, the problem is if it only gets permanents, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay, so
it's.
he can only hit the knights then because it's an instant the other card.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Yeah, I
guaranteed to
think
hit
that's
the
true.
knights. Okay, so never mind. Worth it then.
I need to look up the
I believe it hits a permanent card.
whenever Sin enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random. So yeah, and if it's a land, it does it again. So yes, he will either get Knights of the Round or he'll get a land or two lands and Knights of the
Yeah.
Round.
Okay.
Oof,
So yeah, we're seeing some haymakers here tonight for sure. Just very powerful stuff going on.
for sure,
Let's see if Cody has figured out that he gets his knights no matter what here. I was gonna say might as well just move the white mage's staff onto Sin to gain a life.
I guess if he's gonna attack with the Chocobo anyways, yeah.
Interesting.
So he'll gain the life. Gets to put the land down.
And he's
Land.
hitting lands
Oh,
here. Uh-huh.
yep,
Yeah, this is gonna
yep.
be a rough one to come back from. Like even a board wipe won't do it because of the indestructible.
Exactly.
Absolutely brutal play here.
Just disgusting.
Yeah, I mean sometimes your opponent just plays cards that are better than anything in your pool. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get like a intense look at Joaquin's pool to see what his best cards are, but they are probably unlikely to be better than these ones.
Indeed. Indeed. So the question here, though, is, does should he block the Spira? Because it seems like the only out that Joaquin has is try to burn
like
Cody down from
like
10.
chain spells somehow. Yeah.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. It's just to, hope and pray that he can chain spells into
I mean, but if
multiple.
you take 7, you're just. I mean, I guess he's dead no matter what, so he might as well just try and get a hail mary, chain
Yeah,
some spells together because
right.
he's just gonna die to all the damage in like the next turn or two.
Yeah. Right, right. Because there's no way that he can punch through combat-wise. There's way
Yeah,
too much power after us on the board. Um, so it seems like, aiming for that 10 life total and trying to burn it down would be the only possible out. Because, like, yeah, I mean, it's just like
yeah, because he could
that's
have.
a
Yeah, he has light of judgment here, so that's not gonna do.
no,
That's
no.
not gonna do it. Yeah, so he would have drawn the light of judgment. He could have light of judgment something. Opponent takes 2, then he attacks for 2, and then just yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
It would have been for naught. I mean, I'm sure he knows what's in his deck. I'm sure if he's an astute enough player to know that if there
mhm,
was a series of draws, he should just hold on to his black waltz. But you know, he decided to trade it off and see what he drew, and yeah, and he'll attack here. He'll make his opponent block
yep.
before he ends up in the dust here. Sadly. I I mean, he's got a light of judgment, so he can try and blow out a block here and get some trample damage. But
Ah, true,
uh,
true.
Cody could just block everything, and there's no way he can take 10 here.
Yep,
Yeah, he's just gonna throw like everything. He's just like,
yep,
well, I'm confident in my ability to win this game as long as I survive.
exactly.
Considering he has like 9 more tokens coming potentially.
Hmm.
I mean, game's gonna end before that, but
Yeah,
even
but
if
at bare minimum, he gets an additional 3/2/2s. He does have the Ambrosia Whiteheart still
oh,
in his hand,
he's rethinking his blocks here. I mean,
so he
look, if
can.
you're Joaquin, you're just banking on your opponent to make a mistake, right? You're giving an opponent a
Yeah,
chance
hoping
to
and
make an
praying.
error here.
Yep,
As all good players do, when your back's against the wall, sometimes your out is I'm gonna see if my opponent makes a mistake.
exactly. Just push all your ships forward and see what happens.
Yeah, but Cody has no reason to not block everything
Yep.
in this manner. But super fun game here in game three.
Oh yeah, this was fantastic.
Yeah, the first couple games were a little one sided, but
Yeah, I mean, well, both of them curved out, and
yeah,
I think if I recall correctly, the player that went first was also the one that curved out the best and just won because they out-tempoed the other player,
funny how
which I've
that
noticed
works.
can happen quite a bit in this format.
Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna take 1 here down to 9, and he's gonna deal him 6 trample.
One, two, three,
Yeah,
five,
still not quite enough.
five. Yeah, right, right. Five trample. No, no, you're right. Six because it's close.
Yeah, I mean, look, he gave his opponent an
Yeah.
opportunity
Yeah.
to block in such a way that you know he wins. But
Now, notably, if he had not blocked with the Black Waltz, he would have had lethal with this
uh,
exact same play,
that's how it is sometimes.
right? Because the he would have taken the 7 in the air from the Sin. The Sin would be tapped on the board, but then he could have swung back, and then the Black Waltz would have triggered the 2 additional spell damage, and the Black Waltz itself had 2 power. So I think he would have been able to get Cody to -1.
Yeah, stands to reason. Looks like he's buying back the aura site. Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, I guess just to clear the way of blockers.
I mean, there was no blocker anyway, but
True. Yeah, right, right.
maybe he just wants to remove the trampler, since like he's not actually winning this turn. Like he's not
Oh,
attacking for lethal. He just wants the trampler gone. Oh, he did also say oops, but
he said oops. Yeah, exactly. So I think.
yeah, okay. I mean,
Okay. A net nothing really.
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not lethal, so he does have to leave. Is it lethal? 5, 8. Oh, yeah, 8, 10, 13. If he rolls high on the choco triggers,
On the
then
choco, right? Yeah.
also he can draw 2 cards as well here, right? With the blitz ball.
Once the choco hits, yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Okay, so
I
he's not
appreciate
going
you
all
there.
in on the attacks here.
Right.
He says it's not lethal. It could be if I high roll, but I'm not gonna bet on that.
Do you think he meant to bounce the knights so that he could recast it and get more tutus?
Um, I can never really be certain of what's going on in the head of our beloved Cody-Rayce here. He's he's a free thinker. We'll say that. But usually he comes up with the right play. That was a little unusual. I think he did realize the error after. He might not have wanted to do that, but I think it's going to work out here. All right. Well, we got a whole host
Alrighty.
of emotes back and forth here, but it is ultimately going to end in a victory for Cody-Rayce. So congratulations, a very very fun third game
Great
there
match.
to close out the match. So thanks for watching, and see you next week.